These are agitators because they want to frustrate white people. They want to promote a racial conflict. This is calculated and orchestrated. And so what do they do next to trigger more people? Have you not seen online all the stories of Karmelo Anthony and his family? They've bought a $900,000 house and a 2020 or a new Cadillac Escalade with the money they received from the Give, Send, Go. This information is being put out over X to trigger people, to raise the temperature. Let's think it through. And this is like, where are the community notes? Somehow the community notes have magically disappeared as it relates to this PSYOP they're doing with Karmelo Anthony. Because I've seen other information. And before this whole story came out, I was like, well, hold on, man. I've done talked to people that live in Frisco, Texas. I told y'all I talked to one person that lives in Frisco, Texas that knew Karmelo Anthony and knew Austin Metcalf. And I was told off the rip, hey, these people already live in a house that's more than $500,000, and they live in a very nice neighborhood. One person said that it was a gated community already. And so I don't buy this story. And then I've read that the Cadillac Escalade they've owned since 2023. But they're putting out this false information because a PSYOP is going on. And I'm not seeing community notes to shut down the PSYOP, to shut down the bad information. They want everyone riled up. They want everybody saying, man, do you see black folks gave $500,000 to Karmelo Anthony? And have you read the comments on the Give, Send, Go? And because I believe that that's AI with most of these comments. If you look at the language, someone tweeted me, they goes, look at the language and the sentence structure and the punctuation. It's all very consistent. And so I want you to hear me out. I'm not saying black people aren't rallying around Karmelo Anthony, because they are. Now, I believe most black people don't know or don't really care, but online, we've certainly created the perception that we are all on board with Karmelo Anthony. And that we, and I'm about to shift gears here a little bit, we are playing the OJ card. And that Karmelo Anthony is about to be the new OJ Simpson. We're playing the OJ card. Y'all remember OJ, accused of murdering Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. And black people celebrated when OJ got off. And I'm not 1,000% that OJ was the actual killer, but I certainly wasn't celebrating when OJ got off, because OJ had something to do with that crime. And everybody knows it and knew it. And OJ was someone who, again, got to play the race card when he avoided black people at all costs. But we celebrated it. We paid the white man back. OJ got off. We're celebrating that 2 white people were murdered. Or I'm sorry, 1 white person and a Jewish white person. I believe Goldmans are Jewish. We're celebrating it. That's racial idolatry. And we've learned nothing from that 1994, 1995 case. We're doing it again with Karmelo Anthony. Unbelievable, unreal. For most of my adult life, I've struggled with my health, feeling sore and low energy. But Relief Factor, it's changed all that. I feel better, I move better, I think better. And here's the thing, it's only $20. You've got nothing to lose. In fact, about 70% of those who order Relief Factor go on to order more. Begin your journey, start your transformation, reclaim your life. Relief Factor. And so I understand why white people are frustrated. But why would you adopt the same tactics racial idolatry as the people you allegedly oppose. This is a PSYOP. They want people to go, hey, we're going to peacefully protest in Frisco, Texas. And then they're going to have their agitators there, just like they had their agitators in Charlottesville. And then the legacy media ran wild, and Trump said there were good people on both sides. And these white racists sparked a deadly conflict and ran over people in cars and blah, blah. It was all a hoax. January 6th, a hoax with Nick Fuentes and Ray Epps. This way to the Capitol. We've broken the barricades. Let's go. They're doing it again. And many of you all, hey, we won the election November 5th. All the momentum is on our side. We won. No, no, no. We won a small battle or a significant battle, but the war is not over by any stretch. They're doubling down, and they have Karmelo Anthony. He's the new O.J. Simpson. He's the new George Floyd. And we're falling for the trap. We're falling for all the triggers. Oh, they're buying new cars and new houses with this money. And then it comes out, they haven't withdrawn a dime. And so people on the other side, see, they've done nothing wrong, blah, blah. And it's just back and forth. No community notes to clean up any of this, because they don't have to withdraw a dime to spend the money or to take out loans on the money. But at the end of the day, what is crystal clear to anybody with a brain is that Karmelo Anthony did something murderous, immoral, and stupid. And the people that want to promote a racial conflict have clearly reached out to the family and said, we got 30 pieces of silver and we'll help you out as long as you all allow us to use you in the manner that we need you to be used to spark this racial conflict. And so they're not telling Karmelo Anthony's family what I just said clearly. They're just saying, hey, we're here to help. We think Karmelo was self-defense too, and it's a shame, and he shouldn't lose his life, and we got to get these first-degree murder charges dropped so that Karmelo only does 5 years, and we're on your side. You shouldn't lose your child. Yes, he made a mistake, but he was being bullied. And so two parents that have made their child an idol and just, again, can't even comprehend or deal with the fact that they raised a child that committed cold-blooded murder. They're willing to do anything, and they're willing to be used in any way as long as their child comes home. And because many of you are idolatrous and think, hey, I'll do anything for my kids. I don't care what they do. I'll do anything for them. You're on board with what they're doing. They're just pawns on a chessboard being moved around by the globalists and the people that want this country to devolve into racial conflict. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.